Good morning, guys, and welcome to day one of our YouTube Nearpod lessons. It's Miss Moore here. I miss you guys, and I hope you all are being safe. Alright, so for our first lesson, we have our math, counting and ordering objects. This will be our first math Nearpod. If you would like to join us live, you could type into this code after you go to nearpod.com, capital BXPAV, or you could simply just follow along on this YouTube video. Alright, so let's begin.
Hello, families and students. This Nearpod will help guide you and your child through their paper packet for math. We will be focusing on counting by ones. Throughout this Nearpod, students will explore counting and matching corresponding numbers to groups of objects.
Okay, so guys, if you are using Nearpod at home and you are not familiar with it and this is your first time using it, if you come to a slide and it has words, your teachers have added audio to these slides, so you would simply come down to the bottom and press play, and then it would have an audio of what is on the slide. This here is just a resource, and we're going to begin our lesson with a pre-assessment. Again, we have an audio at the bottom.
Directions. On the next slide, students are to use the bottom bar. On the bottom bar, they will click onto the pencil on the left. They will write in their answers on the screen, and then when they are done, click Submit so that your answers are submitted.
Alright guys, so if you are at home and you are using the Nearpod interactively, you would simply click here. So our instructions for this is students will take time to count each set of objects. So I want to know how many objects are in each group. So A, I'm going to give you a second to count the frogs. Okay, B, I'm going to give you a second to count the shells. And C, count the cherries. Okay. And if I wanted to Ms. Moore is still using new to Nearpod as well. So here I'm going to give the answers for each. I have an audio at the bottom, so I'm going to simply press play.
On the previous slide, students were asked to count the number of objects in each group, how many frogs are there, how many shells, and how many cherries. Now it's time to check your work.
Alright guys, so we had a second to count each. Frogs, shells, and cherries. So we counted 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have gotten 4 frogs, 1, 2, 3 shells, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cherries, 6. So we're simply matching the number with the corresponding objects. Audio.
When counting numbers, numbers are considered whole numbers from 1 to infinity. Count objects when you want to know how many of something there is.
Okay, and this is a slideshow depicting just that. So here we have one balloon, match it with number 1. We're going to click over here on the side for our slideshow. and it shows the same for each number. And as I know you guys know, if I wanted to count above 5, I would simply continue to match with my object and show my number on the bottom as we have been doing for each of these 5 balloons. We could do this all the way to infinity. Large numbers.
Ordering objects can help you count them. If you are asked if there are more stars or circles in the group below, it is best to order the stars together and circles together, then count them.
Alright guys, so if I want to know how many circles there are and how many stars there are, is it wise to count all of them together? Goodness no. So I would have to take one at a time and count that group. So if I wanted to first start with my circles, I would only look for my circles and only count my circles. So let me show you how I would do that. And I will actually touch it. So I'm going to use my cursor in this point to touch it. So I'm going to start counting my circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was easy. I have 4 circles. Now I'm going to take the time to do my stars as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wonder which group has more and which group has less. I'm going to give you a second to think about that. Now tell me why, or tell your parents why one has more and the other has less. Okay, let's continue. So we see here how they grouped them and then began to count. Group the stars together, began to count. Group the circles together, began to count. Of course, this would be easier if you actually had the objects in front of you that you could move. So in this case, if it was on a sheet of paper or if it was on a device as this, we would simply use our cursor. If we had a sheet of paper, of course, we would use our pencils to mark it out. Slideshow here. So it has here which one has more and which one has less. So our answer should have been, we have more stars. There are more stars than circles. We had 7 stars. 7 is our greater number. We had 4 circles, which is our smallest, lesser number.
Job well done, guys. The next slide will be of a game called Octaves Rescue. So when you go to this slide, please start on level 1, and then you can work your way up to level 2 and level 3.
Alright guys, so if you are working on the Nearpod virtually on the student view, you will simply click this link to begin Octaves Rescue. So we are going to do this together for my friends at home looking on YouTube. So I'm going to click here. And remember, we're going to start at level 1. So how do I play this game? Our number is here. Level 1 has how many octopus I would actually need. 1, 2. I'll check my answer. 1, 2, and I'll click here for it to go. Oh, they gave me 2 again. 1, 2. Click the arrow. New number. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to always count your or check your work. Alright, I ran out of time. It says, how many octaves did you save? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm using my number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My number is here, representing how many octaves I have. And I press OK. And I can play again. This time, let's start on level 2. Okay, so you see how my numbers are higher. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This time it didn't give me a guide over here either. I don't know if you ever seen that or if you paid attention to that. But let's see what I mean. 9, my new number is 9. There is no octopus guide here. Oh, and I ran out of time. Okay, how many octaves did you save? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to use my number line to show 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. My number shows here 7, and I press OK. Now play again. We did levels 1 and 2. Let's try out level 3. Oh, level 3 gave me the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10. Big number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh, it didn't let me do it. How many octaves did you save? You gotta be quick on this, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 represent my 6 octopus. Press OK, and I can play again. However, I am going to stop, but my friends who are using Nearpod Live, you can play this game as much as you would like, and you could use either 1, 2, or 3 levels. Please make sure you start at 1 though, so you can work your way up. Alright, so I'm going to go on to the next slide. So what now? This also has an audio at the bottom, so I'm going to press play.
Now that you guys have successfully completed this lesson, click on the next slide to log into your iReady Math. Students should know their iReady login information as well as their iRead, but if they do not and if you do not have this information, please contact your child's teacher. If you have any problems logging in, please contact Fulton County Schools IT Tech Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The number is 470-254-2300.
Okay guys, and my next slide is going to be a link to the class link page. So from here you can simply click here where it says log in if you are with us using this Nearpod Live. You would click here and it would directly take you to the class link page. You will log in using your username and your password, sign in, and click on iReady Math. If you are looking on YouTube, you guys know your class link, so go ahead and log in from your devices at home if you are able to do so. That is the end of our day 1 virtual math lesson on Nearpod. Remember, you can access this at home if you would like. So if you have technology or a device, you can also use a phone. If you have an iPhone or Android that is compatible for Nearpod, you can simply log in, put this code in right here, and you have access to this entire Nearpod. All right, guys, this is Miss Moore signing off. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day. See you soon.